Hi guys, today we're going to make chicken chorizo meatloaf, and I'm going to talk to you about a few things before we begin. Okay, let me first start off with the ingredients. You're going to need 2 pounds of chicken. I'm ground chicken. I'm using turkey meat because that's what's on sale. You're going to need a full package of chorizo. Okay, and basically this is just a Mexican pork sausage. You find it near the Jimmy Dean and, you know, the squishy sausage in the casing like Jimmy Dean. That's where you're going to find it. It can cost anywhere from 99 cents or, you know, it can cost upwards of $3 and $4.99 depending on, you know, the name brand, but it's all basically the same. Some are made with beef, some are made with pork, some are made with a mix. For those of you who've never cooked chorizo, it is or ever worked with it or even heard of it, it is basically it's a Mexican food, and it comes across as very, very greasy, and when you cook it, you need to cook it for like 8 minutes until it gets a temperature of like 165 degrees, and basically it looks like fully cooked ground beef. When you're done with it, it gets kind of darkish and not exactly black, but it gets like a dark rust colored orangey color, and it's got a lot of flavor. So if you use it and you see all this grease and it's popping and splattering, you're going, what the heck? Do not throw out that grease. That grease is your flavor. That is just the nature of this sausage, okay? So basically we're going to put a whole pound of chorizo. What is this? This is 12 ounces. And it's 3 tubes. We're going to put all 3 tubes in a pan, and we're going to cook it. We're going to fry it up. Okay, so you're going to need a package of chorizo. You can use, you know, as much or as little chorizo. If you only want to use 1 tube, you know, that's fine. I would just recommend that you not go for the dried cured, because they sell a dried cured chorizo that's like, it's like a dried out Eckrich sausage, you know. It's kind of like one of those, it's like a dried sausage, like a summer sausage that you go and you see hanging in a deli somewhere. Get the soft, squishy one in the casing that's near the Jimmy Dean. It's going to be squishy, like when you push on like on a hot dog or an Italian sausage in a casing. Here I've got 2 cooked. I was going to say tomatoes, and then I thought cucumbers, but these are 2 cooked and diced potatoes. We've got some milk. We've got a couple of cloves of minced garlic. And we've got half of a medium, oh, that's kind of large, a kind of between medium and large onion. And here we've got one of these. These are new, but I was surprised these are new, but I got this on clearance for 75 cents. This is chili lime panko, and basically it's just breadcrumbs and cheese. And when I got that out, I came home, and I'm one of those people who can smell something and boom, I know what's in it, or I can taste the soup at the restaurant, boom, I can come home and recreate it. And I've done it time after time to the point where we're all just bored of eating out, because I can make, you know, everything in those restaurants at home, and it tastes exactly the same because I've just got those taste buds. But this is chili lime panko, and basically what they've done here is panko breadcrumbs with taco seasoning, which I've got a little tutorial for. And it's basically your panko, taco seasoning, and shredded cheese. It's a little bit of cheddar, and it's a little bit of jack cheese, okay? And those are the ingredients. The onion, anything you want to leave out, of course, is optional. Now, let me spin you around. This is the chorizo, okay? Now, I have not cooked this all the way, but you can kind of see where I was going. That, got an onion. That it looks like dried, that it looks like really, really hard cooked ground beef. This one is a little bit different because this one here in this pan is soy rizo, which basically means it's like, basically they took soybeans like edamame, like what they make tofu out of, and they seasoned it with the paprika and the garlic and the chili powder and all of the spices that they use for the regular chorizo sausage. So for this, for the soy rizo, and you can see the little flakes of soy actually, and that's all this is. It's just ground up soybeans, I guess. And you know, maybe, I don't think they put TVP or anything in this. I think it's just the ground up soybeans, and you know, they season it and package it up in the casing. But I basically basically the soy rizo has no oil in it. Now, it's not that we prefer soy rizo over chorizo, because trust me, my husband is a white guy, but he is so close to my family. It is crazy, and he doesn't even know what it is to eat, you know, soy and tofu anymore. So I kind of don't want to kill him, you know, with clogged arteries. So every now and again I sneak some tofu in on him or some soy in on him, and he can't even tell the difference because the stuff now is so advanced. And you know, I try to half it up. We'll have like maybe chorizo con huevo, the real greasy chorizo, the real chorizo, on like Saturdays. And then like if I'm gonna make something like this meatloaf, I'm gonna use soy rizo because the flavor will be there without all the grease. But this soy rizo has no grease, so basically you're gonna have to add just a touch of olive oil, which is good because in Spain they add a lot of olive oil to their dishes. So this is really not exactly that uncommon. I'm gonna add about maybe 2 tablespoons of olive oil to that. And to this I am going to add my onion, and I'm going to saute it. And then I don't know, I'm hesitant, but I'll put in half of the potatoes. Well, you know what, I'll put them all in. I'm gonna put in the potatoes, and we're gonna cook them all in together. That way the onions can get soft, and the onion can get translucent, and it's all gonna, see, it's already taking on that yellowy color. And in a little bit here, after this cooks down some, it's gonna take on hopefully like an orange color. But while the onions are becoming translucent and the potatoes are taking on the flavor of the chorizo, I want to talk to you about a little something else. It's called a panade. Okay, hold on, let me spin you around again. And basically what a panade is, it's a French word. It means bread. Panade is, it means bread and something else. My French has just escaped me since, you know, high school and college. But basically what you do with a panade is it's milk and it's bread, okay? Now you add a panade to a typical meatloaf. And basically you take white bread and you soak the white bread in an abundance of milk. Like say maybe you take 2 slices of white bread, put it in a bowl, white milk, you know, whole milk to cover, and then you let it sit for a little bit, and you let the bread absorb the milk, and then you reach into, this is an empty bowl, but basically you reach into the bowl, you grab the 2 slices of white bread and you squeeze them until you can make like a ball of bread in your fist, and then you just put the ball of bread in your meatloaf, and then you work your meatloaf. I am not going to do a panade today. I am going to do my take on a panade to keep the inside of my meatloaf moist. So basically, once I'm ready, once I'm there, well, I could do it now, I guess, if y'all want. It really doesn't matter. It's all going to come out wet and the same to me. But basically, you just add the, what is that, about maybe quarter cup to half a cup of milk to your breadcrumbs. Now that didn't take it all up, but I'm also taking into account the grease. Now you do want to saturate all of your bread, even if it's got the cheese in it. You just want to saturate it because I gotta open up another jug of milk. You want to saturate it because this is what's going to keep it moist, okay? So yeah, you might want to go with half a cup of milk because I think I had about a quarter cup of milk there. There, see, and you want it to get, see how it holds together? Am I even there? No, I don't think y'all can see that. See how it holds together? How you can squeeze out that milk and it'll hold together. Basically, you just want to incorporate it all in there. You want to incorporate it all. Okay? And yeah, it's going to look a little gross and it's going to feel a little gross, but you need that for your moisture. Okay, now let's go back here to the potatoes and onions. All right, and here we go. These are sauteing up nicely. You can, if you want to, add a little bit of water, but I wouldn't. I mean, if you're unsure and you'd rather err on the side of caution, just add the tiniest touch of liquid. I mean, it's a meatloaf. you really can't go wrong, and you're adding breadcrumbs. So, and you know what, and if you feel that your meatloaf is too wet, you can add more breadcrumbs, and you don't necessarily need to add panko. You can add whatever you have. Just make sure you season it accordingly. I am not going to be adding any seasoning really to this meatloaf, but salt. I'm going to add a little bit of salt to this because everybody knows that potatoes just like need salt. So I'm going to add like maybe half a teaspoon, a quarter teaspoon salt. You know, just shake it up and give it a stir. Oh no, that was a potato. That can't possibly be right. Here we go. Shoot. I'm trying to get one of these onions in my mouth. Yeah, the onions are going to take some time. When you're sauteing the onions with the potato in the chorizo, you want to take it low and slow. And I think I will put in some broth because that is just a touch too dry for me. But go easy on it because this broth that I'm using, be careful of the sodium content of your broth. There you go. Just add a little bit and you let that cook down until the onions are where you want them. We'll be right back when they are translucent. Okay, the onions are translucent and everything is good. It's just super, super hot. I transferred it to a bowl, to the potatoes, onions, and chorizo to let them cool a little bit. That is screaming. You want to let it cool just a little. Here I have 1 tube of turkey meat and one just a flat thing, one flat tray of turkey meat, but it's 2 pounds. One was on sale, one was not. And then you're going to add your 2 cloves of minced garlic. You want to toss in your panade or your breadcrumbs with cheese and milk. Cheese is not common in panade, by the way, but this is just something I do. You know, it saves a step and a bowl. And then you're going to need 1 egg. Let me grab one here right quick because that's one thing I forgot to pull out. Oh wow, and look, I cut up an onion and I had one in here. You can hear me cracking the thing. There we go. Add the egg. Okay, and then here we go. We are going to add our chorizo, potatoes, and sauteed onions to the turkey meat and mix. Now, another reason you want to let this cool is because unless you have fingers made of asbestos, you're not going to last. And I have asbestos tongue, and I have asbestos on the roof of my mouth as well. My husband calls me asbestos mouth because just from years and years and years, almost 3 decades of tasting stuff, you know, while I'm cooking, I don't feel the heat in there anymore. And sometimes I don't feel it on my fingers. I still am quite sensitive to the feet though. So me and Blacktop and the Safeway parking lot don't get along. Okay, so basically you just want to mix it all together. I'm going to get elbows deep in this, and I will be back when it's completely mixed and ready to be put in the pan. Okay, and we're back. I have 2 loaf pans here that have seen better days, like most of my pans have. But honestly, I am so cheap. You know, I am still using a majority of the pans I had when I married the cabbie in 1990. Yeah, I'm that cheap. You know what? And my father-in-law gave me a whole bunch of 1970s Tupperware. I still have that too. So basically, you've mixed it well and just put it in. Let's see. This looks like it's going to be more, but I'll just stuff them. And then once you have, spray the heck out of these. Spray them liberally with butter flavor cooking spray. The reason I chose this combo was because this is one of my favorites. When I was little, nothing made me feel better than a chorizo con huevo taco that had beans smeared on the tortilla and then you cover it with cheese and salt and green salsa. So look at that. That was enough for 2 loaf pans. And then you place these in an oven that has been preheated. No more oranges. We're gonna have dinner in 45 minutes. You place it in a preheated oven, 400 degrees for 45 minutes, and we'll be back when it is time for them to be served. Okay, and they are out of the oven. Oh, don't mind this. I made some guiso de pollo. You've got the recipe for this. Let's see here. So let's see, it feels good, it feels firm. You can press it and you can see clear juices running. Let me get something. Let's turn them out and see how they came out. They look, well, there's a little juice in there. Let's get it out of there. Oh, that was awesome. Over. Woo! Okay. And let's get the other one, and then as soon as I get this other one out of here, okay, we'll cut into it and see. They should be cooked and moist in the center. Oh my gosh, that is beautiful and cooked, and the potatoes are falling right out. So I mean, just think about it. This is a twofer. Let's try it. Super moist on the inside, completely cooked. I think it helped that I preheated the oven for like an hour beforehand. 2 loaf pans, chicken chorizo meatloaf, and it's got, you don't even have to make a side dish, because what do you normally make with meatloaf? Duh, mashed potatoes. They're in here. So you can just serve it with a side salad or with some green beans, and you're done. Actually, what I'm going to do is, I've got some open salad. So I'm going to chop up the salad fine and pour it right out of the bag, chop it up, put a little salsa on top of it, and then put 2 or 3 slices of the meatloaf on top of the salad, and there you go. A starch, a green, and a meat. Complete meal. 30 minutes. Ooh, ooh, ooh. Or you know what else is good? I know it's horrible because it's got the potatoes in it, but I'm a carb girl. That's why I'm the size I am. I'm a carb girl. Serve this meatloaf with or without the potatoes over really creamy macaroni and cheese. Now, oh my gosh, salsa macaroni and cheese. So basically you make a box of Kraft macaroni and cheese, or make homemade if you're so inclined. And then after it's complete, just pour in some salsa. Heat it up in the microwave a little bit, pour some in a bowl, heat it up, and then pour your salsa into the macaroni and cheese. Serve a couple slices of meatloaf over it. Boom, you're done. Oh, and don't forget to eat that green veggie. Have a salad, or, you know, green beans, or just to balance it out, you know. Balanced meals are always good meals. Okay, well, there you go. Chicken chorizo meatloaf. It's a twofer. It's in there.